You sing with me, okay? You guys out there sing with me. And we have the three supremes kind of here doing the other parts.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what do we call you then?
Just don't call me late today.
So there you go. We'll try not to call you.
It's like this. Here's the way. There is no end. That was our work. Try to get there's no end. There is no end of love. Only beginning. Great. Let's start it again. Switch to the top. There is no end of love. Only beginning. There is no end of love. Only beginning. My love goes on and on. Stay to the sun together. There is no end of love. Only beginning. There is no end of love. Only beginning.
People tell me that the seasons must change, and you can't stop the rain from falling. Somewhere in the storm, he loved calling.
There is no end of love. Only beginning. There is no end of love. Only beginning.
Good morning, Unity. Good morning, Dennis. I'm Dennis Reiner. I am a prayer chaplain, and I'm also the leader of the prayer team. And I want to also say hello to everyone out in YouTube land, and a special good morning to Gene Robinson and Gwen White. During this past week, you probably have come across the phrase forsaken. This is one of the many parts of the Gospels that has been poorly translated. Jesus actually said, "For this I am here. For this I was brought to this point. This is my culmination." Any other thought would be a thought of separation. And there is only one power in the presence. There is no separation. So let's practice the presence. I opportunity is wherever I am. I am open to the flow, and every day I expect new things to happen that will open the way to success. I put my whole self into everything that I do and pour myself out as a blessing wherever I go. There is nothing noble about being superior to another person. True nobility is being superior to your previous self. Our announcements. Are there any prayer chaplains here this morning? Two. We have two prayer chaplains present today who will be available to pray with you. Myself and Phyllis. Today's floral arrangement is from Karen Reinhold. The Easter lilies are here to wish everyone a happy Easter. And the pink flowers were purchased by the church, so they're from us to us.
And Jean Todd just currently brought in some.
And Jean Todd brought in yet another floral arrangement. We are prosperous.
Yes, we are.
The new membership class, Foundations of Unity, will run from May 1st to June 12th, 7:15 to 9:30 p.m. No class on May 15th. It will be in the fellowship hall. May 4th from 10 to 2 will be Unity Spring Cleanup Day. Sign up in the bulletin board in the lobby. Sunday, May 5th, musical guest Linda Wurster will join us at the 11 a.m. service. Then she will perform a concert at 12:45. We are signing up for Albany's annual Pride Parade. Please see Peggy Kaufman or Nina Courgette Corcoran if you are interested in being involved. The parade is Sunday, June 9 at Washington Park. More information about all of our events can be found in today's bulletin, on our webpage, and our various social media platforms. The Daily Word. A mission statement. The mission of Unity Church in Albany is to awaken to and embrace Christ in all persons, through prayer and service. Thank you. The word for Sunday, April 21 is Easter. I am resurrected into the life, light, and power of God. The Gospel of Matthew shares that the women who discovered the empty tomb on Easter morning left the tomb quickly with fear and great joy and ran to tell the disciples. On the way, Jesus appeared to them, stating, "Tell my brothers to go to Galilee where they will see me." Charles Fillmore explains, every time we rise to the realization of eternal indwelling life, making union with the Father mind, the resurrection of Jesus takes place within us. On Easter Sunday, I rise from the tomb of limitation. I follow Jesus to Galilee, the rich consciousness of vitality that becomes mine when I fully accept my Christ nature. I am resurrected into the life, light, and power of God. And from Matthew 28, Jesus said to them, "Do not be afraid. Go tell my brothers to go to Galilee. There they will see me."
I'm going to invite everyone to stand to sing a joyful song. You all know the tune? Sing it right ahead. Carol and Jerry, why don't you come up and yeah. Okay. Some kind of intro. Joyful,
Well, welcome. I am Reverend Crystal. You're at Unity Church in Albany. So happy that you're here this wonderful Easter day. And for those of you who might be here for the first time, know that this is something we love to celebrate each and every day, that this is the day the Lord has made.
Let us rejoice and be glad in it.
This truly, truly is the day that the Lord has made.
Let us rejoice and be glad in it.
Yes. And this is, truly since it's Easter, it is a time of rejoicing. And do we have anyone here for the very first time, or you haven't been here in a very long time? Please raise your hand so that we can bless you and also offer you a welcome. Keep your hands raised so we can also give you welcome. We're glad that you joined us this Easter day. And so Phyllis will bring you your gifts, and these two ladies right here. So also know after the service, we have refreshments and some food downstairs. Please feel free to join us. Everyone is welcome. And so with that, let us also say our statement of oneness, knowing that we are all one.
The power of Christ's love now releases me from any sense of separation from spirit or others. There is only one presence and one power in my life and in the universe. That one is God, the good, omnipotent.
And so it is. Michelle, can you pipe me up a little bit? I really can't hear me. Can you guys? Oh, that's better. That's better. Thank you very much, dear one. And so, also know that since we have chaplains, we have your Phyllis back there, and our prayer team, Dennis here, for prayer, please. They are awesome. All of our chaplains are awesome. We know that we are a praying church. And so in front of you, except for our choir and the people here in the front, in front of you in the pew holders, we have prayer request forms. Marianne in the back is holding them up, and John in the front. They're multicolored. Pick whatever color you want, whatever you're vibing with, fill them out. You can drop them off in the wooden box, which is hidden because we have our Palm Sunday bouquet in front of it. But behind the Palm Sunday bouquet, there's a wooden box on the wooden table. Go ahead, put your prayer request there. In back of your bulletin, there's a little section that says prayer. If you don't feel like you want to think about it for a little while and submit your prayer request outside of Sunday, those are our two options. You can call us, we'll get your prayer request, or you can email us. We're happy to pray with you. Then we send that off at the end of each month. We gather all the prayer requests for that month and send them off to Unity Worldwide Ministries, where Silent Unity is. Silent Unity gathers it, and they pray an additional 30 days. And so we're a praying group. So with that, speaking of prayer, do you want to take on this?
Yeah, we did that.
Let's do it again. We have some reactions. I believe think we did. But let's do it. This is why Reverend Roger and I work so well as a team. One mind, one absent-mindedness. But it doesn't hurt to say it again, yes?
Christ's love now releases me from any sense of separation from spirit or others. There is only one presence and one power in my life and in the universe. That one is God, the good, omnipotent.
And so it is. Someone needs to hear that again. And so as we allow that to vibrate within our system, let us prepare for another form of prayer. Let us prepare for our meditation. Allow yourself to be free of your hands that clasp together. Just breathe on. Relax, let go, breathe in. Place both feet on the ground. Make sure that your arms are unfolded so that you can welcome in the presence of spirit, the presence of peace as we go in. And just breathe. Why don't we release some tension and anxiety by releasing 3 deep breaths together as one community. Know that when you breathe in, envision yourself breathing in the breath, the life of God, the joy of God. And as that joy moves in and through you, as that breath moves in and through you, allow it to fill your being and push out any negativity. And when you exhale that out. Any tensions, any fears, and breathe it again. Filling that void with love. So let us take 3 deep breaths together. Through your nose, inhale deeply in. And let us hold that. And release through the mouth. Again, let us delight in the breath in through the nostrils, remembering that we are breathing in the life and the love of God, filling us up. And release. Last one. Breathing in deeply. And release. And as we move forward to this quiet moment, envision that as you are breathing in, you continue to breathe in God's life and love. And then as you breathe out, envision any negative thoughts, any negative feeling coming out, and then cross it out. Visualize the word and crossing it out. Breathing back in God's love, breathing out tension, fear, whatever it is, lack, and then visually see you crossing that out. Breathe back in love. Let's do that in the silence. And now, visualize as you breathe in God's life, as you breathe out, breathing out the presence of God. As you're filled with the brilliance and beauty, cleansed and purified. Start feeling your body now that is lighter, freer, more buoyant as you come back into the present moment. Start feeling the sensation of your body as being free and unlimited in this present moment. Feel your feet on the floor, grounding you. Still breathing in the beauty, the joy of God, the life of God. Breathing out life back onto this beautiful planet. Feel the energy rise up in your legs, calling you back to the present moment. Moving up past your hips. Notice how your diaphragm expands as you breathe in, cool air, and collapses and pushes air out, up your lungs, out your mouth as you exhale. Feel the oxygenation happening within your lungs. And feel now relaxed shoulders. I invite you to move your legs, move your shoulders ever so slightly, calling you back on the silence, moving your hands, moving your legs, and your fingers. And when you are ready, moving your head and opening your eyes as we invite fire up, and when you are ready, then join in this spiritual sound.
That was a preview. That's nice. So we'll sing The Light of the World again in the choir has some parts, and we'll change the words as we go through a little bit. So. You are a light. We are alive.
So, we probably don't need to do the Easter homily now, because that's really all it is about, that you are the light of the world. So I'm going to go sit down next to our special guest and my dearest friend, Reverend Edith Washington Woods from Syracuse, but I won't do that. Reverend Edith told me that because she blessed me today in driving me here, that there was some freaking out that I wasn't here on Easter, so I won't walk away. It's all right, uncover your face. I'm honored that you freak out that I wouldn't be here on Easter. Yeah. So, you are the light of the world. That is a lesson that Jesus really was trying to give throughout his whole ministry. And the ultimate sacrifice for Jesus was showing his community, showing his disciples, and through his story showing us that it is ours to release and let go of these erroneous thoughts, these moral thoughts, so that we can too be that which we are truly meant to be. So I invite you to envision however you want to envision Jesus Christ. Place them in your minds. And know that we teach and preach what even Orthodox religions say is that he was a man of God. He was the man of the time of God. Now we know that in today's in spirituality that there are many men of God. There have been many men of God, and there will continue to be a man of God. But wouldn't it be nice that if we ourselves found ourselves that we were elevated enough, so much so each and every one of us, that we could also walk down the street and also be considered the person of God. There walks Heather. She is the person of God. There walks Sam, the person of God. Roger, everyone. Wouldn't it be wonderful if people saw the truth of who we are as the people of God? I think that would be great. I want to utilize a couple of people who play with me for a second, all right? If I call you, please stand, all right? So since I've already picked on Heather and Sam, would you two stand up, please? Thank you. Lady Isabel, would you please stand? Marianne? Roger and John? Lois? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Both Loises. How about Ginger and Lisa? See how many do we have there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 2 volunteers who just want to stand up. Carol. Wow, and you're brand new. Thank you for saying yes. So look around you. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. We have 12 people standing. I make 13. I think you know on the Easter where I'm going here. And so I have a commission for you. I have something that I would love for you to think about. Our mission, show you, if you choose it, is to transform the world. I ask you to lay aside everything that you have in the world and come follow me. Your possessions, your home, your cars, your people, your family. Come follow me. It looks like Lisa's about to sit down. You moved. And actually, wherever Jesus went. And where we supposedly you follow is to the greatness. You may be seated. Thank you very much for playing with me for a couple seconds. I would have gone. I know you would. Lisa, I trust that. Well, if you're thinking about that, then follow this throughout this. See, we're all called. That's one of the beautiful reasons why the Fillmores picked the Christian story, the Jesus story, is so that we could all follow Jesus. Place away all of our possessions of our consciousness and move forward. These are the 12. God is giving us a task. We are going out to roam and to revolutionize the world. That is what he did, isn't it? We're going to change the way we think of ourselves. That is what all of you are called to do. We're going to change the way humans think of God, or however you want to call God. Or whether you think God is Jesus, Allah, whatever. I don't think God cares. Just that we follow. We're going to end feelings of separation. Separations for what and who? The illusion that we are all separate from God. In Charles Fillmore, that is deemed to be the highest of sins, the highest of lack and limitation, is that thought that we try to separate and that we are separate from that which we are inseparable from. We are going to instill in people that we are all one with God. Jesus said, I am in God, God is in me. You are in me, God is in you. And lastly, we are going to usher a brand new era of forgiveness and love. Lisa, how does that sound? Would you follow me with that?
Yes, ma'am.
My chosen 12, would you follow me if I promise that?
Yes.
All right. Now we also got an amen from Sam. Thank you, Sam. This is all Jesus really wanted. It's for us to stand forward. Oh, also, it's going to take us 3 years to do this. Yeah, I forgot to tell you that. You might want to understand that. 3 years was the mission and the ministry of Jesus. And let me tell you that even though Jesus fulfilled it, the disciples, it took them a while longer to try to fulfill it. And it's all right because we are human. They didn't understand what was going on. This task was given to Jesus to move over. And so we're just going to talk about the resurrection a little bit. We're going to talk about the glory that is the greatness. So it started off with Easter. And if you were here for our Good Friday, you enjoyed a rousing, wonderful act that Rob inserted of love. How the act of the Easter and the crucifixion was actually a pure act of love from Jesus, which follows suit with unity. Actually, we deem that the crucifixion of Jesus is that which we meditate about. It is the crossing out of our erroneous thought, because we preach that Jesus was a man who knew his right, who knew he was the presence and the power of God. He knew that he was the Christed one. Here's where Orthodox religion skews us. And this is where Unity believes that we've got it right, because we read the Bible, we read the Gospels, because Jesus tried to teach the disciples that it isn't just me. I'm not the only one. I'm here to be your teacher, to show you the way to be of greatness. That God moves in and through, and if you cross out all these things, the miracles that I do, the life that I save, you are there to do it too. We are all here to do it. And so all we need to do is cross out our erroneous thinking, cross out our lack and limitation, cross out the things of this world that keep us down, that keep us tied down, and the illusion, so that we can be buoyant and free. And so when we talk about the crucifixion of Jesus, we are talking about the human consciousness perishing as it sees itself in the illusion of the world, and allow ourselves to rise, to evolve, to go deeper into spirituality and rise up to the truth that of the Christed one. Because Jesus, at the end of this, and we'll talk more about this next week, said, I have risen for you to go forth and tell the truth. Tell my people that we all can rise. See, Jesus was a great bodhisattva as well. That's another word for someone who elevates up and brings other people up, realizing that we are all one, realizing that not everyone can evolve if we don't all evolve. Jesus, that's what made Jesus a great teacher. a wonderful teacher. And so Easter then is all about, after the crucifixion, him rising from the tomb. So I'd like to read a little bit of the Bible from you, starting off with John 19:38. It states that after these things being the death of Jesus, the crucifixion, Joseph of Arimathea, who was a disciple of Jesus, though a secret one because of the fear of the Jews, asked Pontius Pilate to let him take away the body of Jesus. Pilate gave him permission, so he came and removed the body. Nicodemus, who had at first come to Jesus by night, also came, bringing a mixture of myrrh and aloe. Now, if you're with me during the burning bowl, you realize that you might remember that myrrh is also a mixture of embalming. A lot of people used to use it for embalming. And so they brought 100 pounds of this to embalm and to wrap Jesus in cloth. Now, myrrh symbolically also means bitterness, suffering, and affliction. Match that with aloe, which yes is a healing herb, but symbolically it means grief. So symbolically, there was 100 pounds worth of grief and 100 pounds worth of suffering over their beloved Jesus being crucified this way. That's a powerful symbol. Such a powerful symbol that we're still living the truth of Jesus right now. That their suffering and their pain was such, but their love was also great as they lovingly wrapped him up in these things. And so these two took the body of Jesus and wrapped it with the spices and loincloth according to the burial custom of the Jews. Now there was a garden in the place where he was crucified, and in the garden, he being Jesus, there was a new tomb, in which no one had ever been laid. And so because it was the Jewish day of preparation, and the tomb was nearby, they laid Jesus there. So, as we look at this, we also want to realize that we want to release and let go of the stagnant things in the tomb within us. Because the tomb represents all the negativity that we carry. It's it's the place where the I am goes to release and let go all the negative phase of the material world, the material thought. It is the place where it lays it down, which metaphysically it makes sense because it is the body. It is the man there in the tomb where it starts breaking down, yes? And so should your limitations, your thoughts of darkness be broken down so that they can be resurrected to a light, to a love that is far greater, from a place where you can never be separated from. Because it is the lack of limitation of the world, it is the darkness of the world that continues to blind us and continues to allow us to think that we are separate. But really the truth is that we are always one. That God pours in and through us, lovingly guiding us at all times. And Jesus realized this. So, in the tomb, if you want to get out of your tomb mentality, if you want to get out of your lack and limitation, if you want to be freed of the falseness of the world, here are some recommendations of what the 3 phases, the 3 days of releasing and letting go in the tomb means for each and every one of us. Day 1 represents non-resistance and humility. It is getting to the point where you just say, and I think we've all been at this point, you know, I've tried this, I've tried that, and I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I am sick and tired of trying to do it my own way, saying I need help. Whose help do I need? Because I've tried to talk to my mother, I tried to talk to my brother, I tried to talk to my loved one, and I still can't get any satisfaction. So who do I need to find help from? From God. I need to turn to God. I need to believe that God will see me through. And in humility and non-resistance, I let it be. Day 2 represents taking on divine activity and receiving the will of God. Once you've released and let go and said, God, I need your help. I can't do it my way. Let thy will be done. You just say, I receive your will. In prayer, saying, God, take me, just show me, just tell me that thy will be done. Thirdly, requires an assimilation and fulfillment of divine will. In other words, day 3 is where you put on and you become the God-man, the God-woman. You listen to the guidance of God after you said, I can't do it, I need your help. I'm tired, we're sick and tired of being sick and tired. Show me, do it. The more we practice it, the more we move through, listening to God and actually believing that God will show us through, the more we see that life becomes beautiful. No matter what life throws at us, no matter how the world wants to crucify us, we're at an elevated state. Because we allow ourselves to be the conduit of God. We allow ourselves to rise no matter what suffering is happening around us. We realize that our mortality, it's all right to release and let go of the life that we once lived. It's all right to release and let it go. It's all right to release the pain and the suffering. It's all right to release the death and the stagnant aspects of our lives. It's all right to release and let it go and allow the living life, eternal life of God to move in and through us at all times. And we do this anytime. I think we've all done it. We've been at the tomb. How many of you have gone through a depression? Have been hurt? You find yourself in a fetal position in your bed or on your couch, unable to move. And you say, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. God, help me. And you feel all your worries shut away. Ladies and gentlemen, just let it be. I allow you to give you an example of a story. I think all of us have heard this story. It's not a real long one. It's actually something called Humpty Dumpty. You know it. And it goes like this. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Come on, you join me. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty Dumpty together. And let me tell you, the backstory between Humpty Dumpty is on the other side of that wall. Humpty Dumpty, which was an egg, was tapping at the crust inside. And the final one broke it open. Whether it was the fall or him breaking it open, it broke open. And what emerged out of this cracked egg was a beautiful bird who shook itself off, allowed itself to dry off, and to fly high. I say let us all not worry about it. Let us all be that egg that is Humpty Dumpty. Allow ourselves to break away. There was another story of a man who didn't like the story of Jesus and saying that, you know, God is within us because he had done so many horrible things as an alcoholic. He hurt his family. He hurt so many things. And he couldn't see where God was within him. So he went to a priest. He told this priest this. And the priest thought, and the priest held up a bottle, a red bottle. And the man couldn't see through it. And the priest said, what do you see in this? The man said, all I see is pain. All I see is the alcohol and the stupor I was in when I caused so much pain to my family. And the priest poured out a fluid, and it was milk. It was a nutrient. It was something that was rich and good for you. And the man understood. See, beloved, as you were going through your rising up, As you have gone past your crucifixion, as you might be in your tomb right now, know that you are breaking away. All the things in the show are coming together. You might sound like the same person, you might look like the same person, but truly, deep within you, the Christ is rising. You know, we say the Christ is born. The Christ doesn't need to be born because the Christ is already in there. God is already in there. It just needs to be allowed access within you. And you, my Power 12, stand up. All of you, turn around to your people and say, you are the Christ. You are the Christ. The people sitting down, reflect it to all of you. Let's all stand up. Let's look at one another. Say, I release and let go of anything that is holding me back, and I choose to be the Christ.
I release and let go of anything that is holding me back, and I choose to be the Christ.
Say to one another, I choose to rise above it all.
I choose to rise above it all.
Say, I will rise above it all.
I will rise above it all.
I think Marianne is our Peter. I have risen. I have risen. I am the resurrection.
I am the resurrection.
And so it is. You may be seated. Let's look at our affirmation for the week. Tonight I release everything that seems to crucify me. The affirmation, the Spirit of God is awakening me to all that I am. I rise. If you agree with that, let's say that together.
I release everything that seems to crucify me. The Spirit of God is awakening me to all that I am. I rise.
And so it is. Amen. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
Let's rise. now is our time for our offering. I invite you to take your offering. I like to put mine this way. I like to give the extra love juice. Other Unity churches, so hand of giving, hand on top of it for receiving. However you choose to give, all we ask is that you put love into it and gratitude as we say our offertory statement together. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. We are blessed to know that Spirit is our source. Thank you, Father, Mother God, and so it is. Amen. Amen. Thank you, Lord.
Okay. Tell it, sister, tell it. The angel rolled the stone away, the stone away. The angel rolled the stone away, the stone away. Shining morning trumpet sound. The angel rolled the stone away, the stone away. Mary came running at the break of day. From whose love and stones rolled away. Well, the angel rolled the stone away, the stone away. The angel rolled the stone away. Shining morning trumpet sound. The angel rolled the stone away. I'm looking for the Savior, tell me where he lay. All the mountains rolled away. Well, the angel rolled the stone, yes, rolled the stone away. The angel rolled the stone, yes, rolled the stone away. Shining morning trumpet sound. The angel rolled the stone away. There were soldiers there are plenty, standing by the door. Who in their rolled away. Well, the angel rolled the stone, yes, rolled the stone away. The angel rolled the stone, yes, rolled the stone away. Shining morning trumpet sound. The angel rolled the stone, yes, rolled the stone away.
So it's time to roll our own stones away, yes? Thank you. And the abundance of the choir, thank you. This is all volunteer choir. And notice that each and every one of them keep coming back to give us joy. And Elizabeth, speaking of coming back, thank you for coming back and joining us today.
Pleasure to be here.
Her Caribbean jazz band Heard seems to be blowing up in the Albany area. I keep hearing where the concerts here, concerts there, so thank you so very much.
You're very welcome.
And so let us bring up this energy, thanking the volunteers here. Michelle, for your volunteers, and these two beautiful souls right here. Let us put that loving, solid energy towards your offering. Raising up. Let us pray together, saying thank you, Mother, Father, God, for the blessings of each and every person. Thank you for bringing forth the fruits of your greatness, whether it's monetarily, whether it's the talents, no matter what it is, We are just saying thank you for releasing and letting go of any agonies in our world and continuing to rain down the bounty of greatness. And thank you for providing them with what is needed so that they can continue to share their loving efforts, your loving efforts towards them with this ministry, so we can continue to shine. Shine in this neighborhood, shine in this city, save the world, so we can shine our lights individually and be modeled to each and every person. Thank you, God, for your greatness moving forth in this ministry and this congregation. Amen.
Amen.
Okay. I'd like you to stand up and join hands. I'm going to thank the choir again for 2 services this morning and 4 rehearsals last month or so. Really awesome. So thank you guys.
I think we want to also thank our choir doggies, too.
Our choir doggies back here.
Heard some howling back there. Spread out.
Some of you can stay up there.
Good idea.
There.
All right. So on this Easter, this Resurrection Day, let us rise and know this as we go. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Amen.
Yeah.